When people go to church and they see a church that's filled with happy people, not everything perfect in their life, but they're sorrowful sometimes yet rejoicing. They're going through some challenges, but they realize that my source of joy is not in my happenings, but it's in Jesus, and Jesus is the center of my life. Therefore, no man can take my joy. No circumstance can take my joy. And if you don't have that, then you need to get back Jesus-centered in your life. Because our joy should not be in materialism. Our joy should not be in how much money we've got. Our joy should not be in anything this world has to offer. It ought to come from Jesus. People go to church and if they see people happy, they see people upbeat, they see people encouraged, they really don't know what to think. But I've come today to declare that our God is a joyful God. Our God is a happy God. Our God is a musical God. He said, praise me in the dance. He said, praise me with the loud cymbals. He's not sitting up there during praise and worship with his fingers in his ears saying, I wish they'd turn the sound down. God says, I like rejoicing. I like a party. I like celebration. Let there be joy. As a matter of fact, he said, you're not even coming into my presence unless you enter in through the gates of praise and into my courts with thanksgiving. You're not going to get in my presence because I'm a happy God. And I don't want to see your sorrow, and I don't want you come into my presence and praise me, and in my presence there's fullness of joy. And I'm not denying that you got challenges. I'm not denying that your heart may be heavy. I'm not denying that there's problems in your life, but you're not supposed to come to church and feel sorrowful. You're supposed to leave here and get a good bucket of joy poured on your soul, saying the joy of the Lord is my strength, and I can take it and I can make it because he's with me. Take a minute and create an atmosphere that God likes and smile. He's a happy God. I serve a joyful God. But if you've been raised in the church of the mad God, then the music can't move you because you're so solemn and you're so convinced that God is mad. People who are very religious and serious all the time, they don't enjoy life. But he said, I came to give you some life. I came to fill you with some life. In the midst of sorrow, you can rejoice. He said, rejoice in the Lord always. Not when everything's perfect in your life. And again, I say, rejoice. You know who wrote that? A guy in a dungeon, chained up and beaten. Because he served the happy God. People say tsunamis are an act of God. That's because they have a mindset. They perceive God as mad and mean. They call earthquakes an act of God. Tornadoes an act of God. How about we're in a fallen world? How about things just happen in life because we're human beings and this place is not our home? But if you want to know what kind of world God likes, check out heaven. He said it's a place where there's no more sorrow, no more tears, no more sickness, no more death, no more dying. He said, I'll wipe all tears from your eyes because I'm a happy God. And when you get up here, you're going to have everything you need to be happy. But until then, you can have happiness in your soul, even though you live in a world that is plagued with problems. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel so that you can get notifications on new posts and live streams. Be sure to share this video with a friend. You never know how you can send the Word of God right when somebody needs to hear it. And you can use your social influence for good, for the glory of God. Thanks again. Share it with a friend. And I really appreciate you watching. We'll see you next time.